Okay, so iMovie. So iMovie, like I said, iMovie on the iPad is so amazing that what you can do with it. But here's some ideas of things that you can do with iMovie. And Karen, your thing is not oriented here right now, so let's
Probably
orient
not.
it really quick.
How did you do that? I always forget.
Okay, so there's two buttons. There's two buttons on your tray. Hers are a little different. They're usually just like right here. You just hit the two buttons at the same time to bring that up. Okay,
Ask the kids will all know.
so here's some ideas for iMovies. You can document a class trip, which I think would be a really cool thing, so then you could, oh, come on.
Sometimes, do you have to like hold the pen sometimes to click on stuff on the smartboard?
Hold the pen.
Like grab the pen, like hold the pen.
Virginia Scott.
That's what I heard.
She's
Like
gonna
you had to like
friend
pull one
Virginia
out and just
Scott.
have it in your hand and you could do all sorts of things. But as long as you hold the pen, you were
Happy
safe.
Renaissance.
Shouldn't have to do that.
I don't know, that's what I was watching a YouTube video and I was like,
I don't know.
I've never seen it
before.
Cause I'm just
Well,
now starting
I
to
got
see
the
how it's going.
There it is.
So you can, you can ask them to document the class field trip and ask them what they learned from this experience. They could create a movie trailer. I'm gonna show you movie trailers. I just think that these are
Maybe I
so
have to
cool.
create a project for it.
But they could do a historical event with it, a book, an article that they're reading in class. They could just make a trailer. They're 1 minute long. They won't even take the kids half an hour to make, really. They could write a commercial or an advertisement, so they could practice their persuasive techniques in writing. They can, whoops, I forgot what that was. They can act out a docudrama, so you can have them act as a character from history or from a book or something, from a character's point of view. They could do a how-to project. They can explain out or act out steps to a process. They could do a breaking news report for current events or something like that, or even just kind of a silly thing. It would be kind of fun to do a breaking news event for current events or historical events. They could do a virtual scavenger hunt. So in math, this comes to mind the most in math, they're doing geometry. You have a virtual scavenger hunt where they wander around looking for different shapes in nature or whatever. Digital lab reports, I just think this is such a great idea. I would love to do this and have kids videotape different steps of your process, and you can make a movie starting with your procedure all the way through, not your procedure, your hypothesis, right? And then all the way through to the conclusion, the steps of the scientific method. You could do a digital book report. They could summarize or demonstrate the story elements. And last but not least, I, as a language arts teacher, was always really interested in having kids do interviews and autobiographies. And Molly, you do that hero project. They could even do a movie instead of a paper, or there are just all kinds of different things that they could do. But interviews of people that are living in our community that aren't going to be around for very long. I mean, if you're doing a historical kind of thing with Vietnam vets or something like that, they could do interviews, or they could do an autobiography, or even at the end of the year have them do a digital portfolio of what they've learned for the year. And they can take pictures or movies of the things that they did. They have to choose what they want. They can narrate it. And so there's all kinds of ideas for iMovie. Teachers can also use it, or administrators. So you can do instructional how-to videos. So this is kind of the thing that I put onto my website, how to do different things in websites. And by the way, I'll do a little plug. I put a new page on my website on how to use Discovery, and there's different things, so you can check that out if you get a chance. You can do screencasts and instructional videos, so that would be really good for flipped classroom. Or you're teaching a concept and you're sending stuff home for homework, and you know that the kids might have some trouble, or parents have asked, how can I help my student at home? You can put a little video on your website or something like that for parents to access, so that they can help their kids at home. I always think about young kids and doing certain math problems like 2-digit addition or something like that. That's kind of hard, and parents might not teach it the same way you'd want it to be taught, so you could put a video on there. You could provide sample materials for class projects, so you want the kids to make a movie, so you could make a movie to show them what you want. And then you can also introduce new instructional topic and make your movie that way and get the kids excited. So you can make this movie on, I don't know, rocks and minerals, and then you could have it forever and use it as your kind of lead-in for your class. So, let's make a movie. If you don't have one that's got iMovie on it, please get one that's got iMovie, because it's just too much fun not to make a movie. So let me find my iMovie.
Kathy, I got iMovie on my thing by doing it on my phone.
Yay!
Whenever it downloads, because if I just go into the App Store on this, it says it's, pay money.
Right.
But if I go into this, I download it, and then I go back in the App Store, it just says download.
So a little trick for those of you guys who have iPads that don't have iMovie. If you've got an iPhone that's got iMovie on there, and then you got that through your Apple ID, put your Apple ID on the iPad, download iMovie, and then see if that works.
Oh wait, update, does that mean it's already on here?
Yep. So on iMovie, you've got 3 tabs up here at the top. You've got video, projects, and theater. So let me just explain what all of those are. Video shows you all the video that you have. Now, you can go in and play around with the video in this place and find some of the video before you actually start creating your movie. And you'll notice that I've got this green line right here. This green line means that I've saved that as one of my favorites. So if I click on a video and I get these bars here, I can choose sections of that video like that. And right here, I have a little heart. If I click that heart, then I now have this green bar. Oops, let me get off a different one. So now you've got this green bar down there where I saved it in my favorites. So now when I go into iMovie, I'll have that favorites area that I can find all that movie that I've already kind of found. Because if you notice, I've got quite a bit of video on here. So if I have some of it already chosen for my favorites, then it's easier to find when I'm actually making my movie.
Hey Kathy, is
Yeah.
there a quick way to, like, I have the same Apple ID, but to share a video that I have on my phone
Yes. So you have to save it to theater.
on my phone?
Yes. You have it saved. You have to save it to the theater, and then it should show up in the theater on your iPad.
Saved.
Okay? So the next one we have is projects, and I'll just show you that real quick. This is where we're going to actually go to create a project. These are the ones that I've got going on right now. And then the theater, as we were talking with Karen, that's your finished videos. If you want to save them to theater, you can save them to theater, and then they'll be here, easy to find and easy to play. So there's my theater. These are the ones that I've saved. I need to get rid of a few of them. This one was the one that I used as the little movie I made to advertise a class with the 17-month-old doing Skyping with his grandfather.
Oh my god.
So let me just show you a few, like this is a movie trailer that I made for the Gunnison Valley Observatory that I thought was kind of cool to try to advertise it. Just went out with my iPad, took pictures. Yeah, I took this one too now. Stole these off the internet. So there's the
Nice,
little
I
movie
like it.
trailer. And then you have all this thing that you can put whatever you want in here. So, I know, KP Films. So then, that's a movie trailer. You can also, this one did not work yesterday, and I hope, oh, I see why, because it's on the cloud, that's why. I don't know if oh, here, I might have to download it. So while that's downloading, let me go to another one. Let's see if it's gonna download while we're doing that. So, I don't wanna show you another, trailer, because I think you guys have seen those trailers. I don't really wanna show you this one, but I'm going to anyway for a little bit. I won't show you the whole thing, bore you, but I did this as a project about me. Now, I actually created this part in, not Final Cut, but there's another thing, and it's not working very well, is it? I know why it's not working well, because I'm downloading that other one from the cloud, so hang on. Will made one for his class project for, Mark High. I don't know if it's gonna work, because like I said, it's downloading from the cloud, so. There we go. It's not gonna play very well, because I think it's still downloading. Anyway, so you can make, but he has a lot of slides in there. He narrates through the whole thing, explaining the different things. He found pictures from the internet, put them in there of different places. This one I should show you. This is a cute one. This is what got me into iMovie in the first place. When I subbed for Julia in Crested Butte in 2010, these two little girls were 6th graders, I think. They said, "Oh, Mrs. Powell, we made a movie last night. Can we show it to the class?" And so, this is a movie trailer. So right then and there, I went out and bought a computer that could do this. So, let me see. Okay, maybe this one will work now. So I'm not gonna show you the whole thing, because it's like 5 minutes long, but, so, he's got his information in here.
My mom is the second generation Russian. My grandmother said Czechoslovakia was Union, now in Czech Republic. My grandfather said it was a German settlement upon the in Romania. My great-grandfather is from the Transylvania area, and my grandmother is from Frankfurt, Germany.
So you can see how kids can do a project on this.
My grandmother's side is from England, and my grandfather's side is from Portugal.
So anyway, I'll just kind of, and then he chose Czechoslovakia to do, so then he puts information about Czechoslovakia in there. So it's really kind of a cool place for kids to do a project. So those are some examples. So let's talk about making a movie. So I'm gonna go back up here to projects. And then I'm gonna hit the plus sign. And then when I do that, it gives me a choice of either a movie or a trailer. I'm gonna show you the trailer first. So, we're not gonna make a trailer, but I'll just show you. You get a choice of all of these, what are they called? Templates. And you can play the template just to see what it looks like. So let's look at Swashbuckler. And then each one comes with this little thing at the beginning. So then you decide which one you want, and if you like Swashbuckler, you hit Create up here in the top right. And once you do that, this is going to be your movie trailer right here. And you have an outline and a storyboard. Now when you're doing a movie trailer, you do not have a lot of freedom. You can't choose the music, you can't choose the length of the pictures. or any of that kind of stuff. It's very scripted. So here's what you can choose. You can change the name of your movie. So let's just name it, I don't know. Oh, let's just do Tales from Gunnison. Okay, and then you can change the studio name to GCS, whatever you want. I don't want the street lamp, maybe I want the Galaxy. And then you can, it fills in all the stuff that I had in there. So KP in there. Storyboard, so this is where you're actually gonna work. It
Where'd you
tells-
get storyboard?
So up here at the top, there's outline, and then there's storyboard right next to it.
Tap on item and outline your story. Superhero.
And each one of those templates is gonna be a little bit different of how they've got the movie in there and all that kind of stuff. So then they give you places that you can type your own information in here. So I can change GCS to whatever I want, Joe and Bob, okay? And then I can say two brothers, and then I can say alone in the school maybe. And you can change whatever you want, but just know that you can't put like paragraphs in here. You basically have a line. It's a movie trailer, so you don't have a lot to put in there. And then these pictures then, they suggest that you put a landscape picture in here, and they suggest you put a wide angle, but you don't have to do it that way. You can do it any way you want. But notice that you only have 3.1 seconds here, and you have 2.1 seconds here, and stuff like that. So, to get video in there, I'm just gonna click right here on this picture. And then when I click on that picture, you see how it's blue? Down here, all my video comes up. So I can go to all my video, and let me see if I have any pictures of my two boys. Well, here's one boy. So when I click on that and click on, come on, why are you not going? It's not showing up there. So it's like grayed out. I don't know why. All right, so we'll pick this boy. So you notice when I click on this video, I get these two yellow lines. That's as long as this clip is. So I can play that to see what I'm going to put in there. Or I can just move this to choose a different place in the video that I want to put. And then I can, again, use that little play button and hit the play and say, okay, I like that. And then there's this other little arrow here on the left. I click that, and whoop, it goes right in there. So then, and now I'm on this next one. Let's see if I can find another boy. Here's one right here. We'll put him in there. Oh, that's the same boy, but that's all right. And then I can put the two brothers together, and I don't think I have any pictures of my two boys together, but I don't know what that is. We'll put that in there. Oh, I know what that is, working in there. So now I've just been putting movies in here, so I still have all of these to go to put in there, but then I can play my video just right here and see what it looks like. Whoops, I gotta start at the beginning, sorry. Nope. I start at the beginning. Gotta start here at the beginning. There we go. Let's try that. Why am I not? Oh, here it is. This one's one to start from the beginning, and it's gonna play full screen. I picked the Galaxy. And you'll notice that I had him playing the guitar, but there's no sound because it's all with the music that's in this movie trailer. So that's why the movie trailers are a little bit, they're a little bit restrictive, but they're also short. They keep them a minute or just a little over a minute is all they are. But wouldn't it be a great thing for a book review or I don't know,
I'm
even for
using
the Columbus trials or
I'm using
something.
it for our drama thing, I think.
Oh,
that'd be
yes,
So much
for
fun.
your drama thing, it'd
Yeah.
be great, and then you could put a link to it on our website.
We're making
and-
one, that's gonna be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it'll be lots of fun. So, yeah, so anyway, that's the movie trailer. So I'm gonna.
Or just as a review, like what's happening in math class.
Exactly.
Just
Oh,
like
that
the
would be so
kids, just
exciting.
review what we
Exactly.
covered the first quarter.
How about for parent-teacher conferences, you
Like,
know,
here's
or
what we
something
did.
like that,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, you do this topic.
Back, here's some popcorn.
One of
We had
the
fun.
teachers yesterday said she's gonna try to do them for, you know, they do Seek the Peak in Crested Butte. We do the Mustang Way or whatever. And so could you have different kids, groups of kids doing different things for those and then using them, and then you could put them on the line, use a QR code and have parents come. That's kind of what Rhonda was doing, is she had kids do videos and stuff. So I'm gonna hit done, we're gonna create a movie this time, because you can do so much more in a movie. And by the way, it saves, so you don't have to click any save button or anything like that.
Here's
So,
a fly that was.
so now, to do, so here's my Tales from Gunnison, you can see that. I'm gonna go back to my plus sign, and I'm gonna hit that, and now this time I'm gonna hit movie. And again, you've got some templates down here at the bottom. I generally choose simple because there's no baggage. But there are some other cool things. I'm gonna actually, this time, I'm gonna choose the news report. So maybe you wanna have kids do a breaking news report about, I don't know, rocks and minerals. I have to show you this great video online though about, it's the dating game. Some teachers put it together. It's the dating game, and they've got the 3 different kinds of rocks. It's so cute. And they did it on, I think they did it like just in a class on an iPad or something. So it's very cute. But anyway, so we can do this news thing. You can, again, check to see if you like this.
Oh, whoops.
Now, here's the thing. You don't have to keep the music that go with the movies. You can choose your own music. So that's what kind of what it looks like. But I'm gonna just go ahead and say create. And so now I've got some things, and I know this is really hard to see. Would it be better to turn the lights off or not? I don't know if it would or not. Do you think?
We
It
could
might?
try.
We could try it. So up here, this is where your video is gonna actually see.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna see the video. This is your timeline. So this is where your videos, you're gonna create your video. And then you've got video, you've got photos, and you've got audio. Now, if you haven't updated your iPad, they may look a little bit different, but everything's still the same, you know, everything is still there. So, I wanna put some video in here. So the first thing I'll do is I'm gonna go to all my video, and I'll choose some video. Let's just put in, I don't know what. We'll put some golfing in here, I guess. So here's my video that I've selected, and you can't see it very well, but it says it's 29 seconds long. I can edit this. I guess this isn't really golfing, maybe it is. I can edit this right here. Oh, that's Will riding his bike. Let's see what this is. That's him riding his bike too. What's this? Oh, that's the school. Let me see if I have anything interesting. Here's some golfing. No, it's yard work. So this one here says it's 7.5 seconds. This right here will play it so I can actually see what it is before I put it into my movie. And then this arrow on the left with the down puts it into my movie. So there it is, it's in my movie. Okay? This is kind of hard to explain. Well, let's get some more stuff in there. So I'll get some more video in there. Let's see. Let's put concert. No, I don't think so. Let's see. Here's John playing the guitars or the mandolin. So I'll put that in. I'm only going to put 50 seconds in. I can edit it there. But now I can edit it here. Now you see, I can't see the whole movie at one time. So if I take my fingers and swipe them in, I can see my whole movie at the same time. Doesn't matter how long your movie is, if you're swiped in all the way, you'll see the whole duration of the movie. But that's not the best thing to do when you want to edit it. So I'm gonna swipe back out so I can edit it. This is called scrubbing. And then this is my play bar right here, my play, I don't know what it's called exactly, play something or other. So anyway, I can say, okay, I like it right here, I'm gonna click on my movie, and you can see that I've clicked on my movie, and now I've got this line here. I can say, okay, I'm gonna split my movie. So I'm gonna split it right there, and it's split. And then I can maybe say, okay, I'm gonna take this part, I'm gonna split that again, and then I'm gonna take this part and I'm gonna get rid of it. Come on. Hang on, there we go. And then I can hit the delete button right down here. Delete that, and off it goes. Maybe. Well, it's not going very fast, but it should go. There we go. So then I just cut that piece out. So if you don't like a piece of that video, you can always delete it. I always delete the parts where I'm talking.
That's what
So-
I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I heard my voice.
Exactly, so I just kind of delete those parts out. But there's another thing in iMovie that you can do to delete your voice. I can click right here, so let me just play that, because you can see he's playing the mandolin. But if I don't want him to be playing the mandolin, I can click on my movie again, and down here at the bottom, I have something called Detach Audio. So I can click Detach Audio, and my audio is detached from my picture. And I can click on that and I can delete my audio. Now he won't be playing the mandolin anymore. It'll just look like he is. So I can get rid of all the audio. I can also, let me undo that. This is your undo button right here. Yeah, there we go. I can also just kind of click on the audio, and I can split my audio too. So I can split that, just get rid of the part where I'm talking or something like that, and I can get rid of just that part. So there's some things that you can do. The other thing you can also do is change the volume on that as well. So let me see. You click on this little blue thing right here, and you can change the volume on here. So I click on the volume and I can change that and put that down or up on iMovie. I can also fade. There's another fade button there. So now you see I'm over here on audio now. But if let's just say I'm done on that. Oh, wait, I don't think that's what I want to do. Yeah, let's just say I'm done. There we go. Okay. So now I can also, I don't want to do that. Sorry, I shouldn't have clicked done. So there we go. I'm back into my movie. Now I want to just add some photos. You can add photos. So down here at the bottom, I've got photos. I can click on photos. Let's find a photo. Wherever you have your play bar thing, you are going to add the photo into. So I'm going to find a panorama maybe, and I'll choose this one right here. It's going to go right into my movie. So if I play it from there, and now you can see my photo. So the photo's moving. What that is you have a choice of having Ken Burns enabled. Everybody knows Ken Burns, the movie maker. So he kind of came up with this thing of taking still pictures and making it look like it's moving. So you can disable Ken Burns if you want to, and then it will just be a picture, okay? Or I can come back to my picture and I can enable Ken Burns, and then I can say where I want the picture to start. So if I say, okay, I want the picture to start right up here on this tree, and then I'm going to click this arrow right here, I'm going to say I want the picture to end out so we see the whole thing, then I can go here, whoops, so then I can go to the beginning of that. And there's my picture, and then it will eventually work its way out. And you can move the picture wherever you want it to go, from a start point to an end point. So that's kind of a cool
And can you,
feature.
like, drag the audio, like if you wanted to say like him playing the mandolin, like while
Yes.
your picture's you
Yes.
can drag it or like duplicate it, I guess.
Yes, you
line.
would duplicate it, you could duplicate it, and then, yeah, so I would come here, I would detach my audio, let's see, clicked on that, and I need to go back to audio, click on that, let's see. No, let's see. Actions maybe, there it is. So I can detach the audio, and right here I think I can copy it. Not finding a copy though. I thought you could though. You might be able to just drag it out, I'm not sure. Let's see. Let me undo
It still
that.
says video, it doesn't say audio that you're looking at.
Yeah, I know, so that's, let's see.
That makes it. I see duplicate at the bottom now, but.
Oh, you do, yes, you do. There it is, duplicate. So now I can take that and and let's move this in. See how you can move this in? Now I can take that audio right here and move it over right there. So now I've got more audio of the same thing if I wanted it. So yeah, so this is nice to be able to slide in and out to see what you're doing or have more control. So you can put the pictures in there, photos in there, and then audio. You can also do audio. They have theme music that you can get for free, and so you can put their music in there, or you can put sound effects in there. There's all kinds of sound effects. Cow moo. So you can put sound effects in there. You can use playlists of music that you have. So I subscribe to Apple Music for a while. We put Flaming Lips in there, I guess. But you can put your own music in there. But beware. If you put your own music in there, even if you've paid for it and you put it on the internet on your website and stuff like that, it is technically breaking copyright laws and you could get in trouble for that. So another way you could do that is create some music in GarageBand and put it in here to your iMovie, or get some generic music or use Apple's music, just so that you aren't breaking copyright. If you're just using it in the school, it's not a big deal. But once you get it out on the web and anybody can see it, then you have to be a little bit careful about the copyright laws. So that's and you can get some free stuff online too, I think, that you could probably log in there, so you can see what kinds of options you have there. What other things? Oh, you can always record your own voice right here, there's a microphone, or if you want to just take a picture right away, so the kids are doing their science experiment or something like that, and they don't have all the pictures, they can just click on that little camera right there and take a picture right then and there to put right into their movie. Okay, so let's take a look. Up at the top, there's a little settings in the middle. So you can put a filter on your pictures. You can change the theme. You can change the theme music or turn it on or off. Right there, it's on. I'm going to turn it off. And you can do some fading. Oh, there was a couple other things I wanted to show you. Let's go back over here. I'm going to go back to video. There's some choices here on video. So like right here where I've got John, I want to add another video in, but let me go to all, and I'm going to find our video right here. And you see these three dots right next to this? If I click on those three dots, I have a choice of it having a fade to the video. This one I haven't really gotten to really like very much. The second one is kind of interesting. Let me show you what that looks like. So when I play this, there's a movie. Did you see that picture that was inside that movie? It was a very short one, but let's do that again. So there it is. That was our time lapse. The other option, let me delete that. The other option that you have, let's get a better one here, is right here. I can do the side by side. And so now you've got two movies. Oh, it's not showing it. Where did you see them? Okay. Let's see, go back here. There we go. So now you got two movies going side by side, which is kind of a cool effect too. So, so let's see. I've got to look at my notes because I got to see what other things I wanted to show you guys. Let's see, templates. Oh, location, titles. Forgot all those things. So you want a title on this picture right here. So I'm going to come down here. Down here I've got, I can duplicate this, but I've also got this little thing right here that says titles. So I'm going to click right there on titles, And with this comes some options. Now, depending on what template you choose, depends on what options you have, because some of them you won't have. But right here, I'm gonna choose this one right here, and I'm gonna put my title text here. I'm actually gonna use an opening. So that's right there, and I'm gonna put title text here. I'm gonna put working in the yard. Okay, so now, the next thing is, you notice that I have Gunnison right here. I can change my location. And if I click here, down here I've got location. I can click location, and I could search. So let's just go ahead and put New Zealand. And I'm gonna hit return, and then, didn't move it. It's supposed to move it. Come on. Sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't when I played with this. But you can change. Oh, come on. New. Why don't you change? Because it will automatically change, huh?
The map underneath yours, or what? Because it says New Zealand.
Yes, it does, but then it's actually changes to New Zealand. It actually goes to New Zealand. You can, it will change automatically for you to change where the map, where it shows up in the map. And I'm not getting it to work right now. Location. Okay, so I've got that. I've got the opening, I've got that. And now, let's see, does that say? No, I guess I took it off of there. I'll just put title right there, and then we're gonna go here to location again. Now I don't even have the location on here. What happened? There, location. Location name. Maybe I have to hit location. There we go. And now, did it show, let's play it, and let's just see. See if the map shows New Zealand. Yes? No, that's not New Zealand, is it?
No,
That's not
Africa.
New Zealand. It is, so maybe I spelled it wrong, I don't know, but anyway, it does work. I've gotten it to work before. No, it's spelled right, but that's not where it's supposed to be. So, but anyway, you can change the location, just I wanted you to know that. So you got titles? You've got titles, you can choose opening titles, you can choose middle titles, closing titles, and that just puts them in different places on your screen. You have filters, again, you can change the filter so you can make it black and white if you wanted to. Oh, the speed, you can make it a slow motion, so I could put it down to the little turtle, so you can see the slow motion. And we don't have any audio there, so let's do some with audio. You can still hear the audio, but it's really, really slow. Or I could speed it up. Put it on the rabbit and play it. So there are some options there too. Let's see, what else do we have here? Titles, volume, freeze. You can freeze a video for a while. If you hit the freeze button down here, you can freeze the video for a little while. And the other thing is, let's say you don't like this picture right here, maybe you want it in a different place. You don't have to have everything in order. You can just hold it, you touch it, hold it, bring it up, and you can move it to wherever you want. And then these little guys right here are transitions between, so I can change my transition. You don't have a lot of choices. None. You've got theme, dissolve, slide, wipe, fade. So let's do a wipe. I can make it 2 seconds. And so let's go here and try that. And see how it fades over, swipes over. So you can change those transitions. Okay, what else? Freeze, templates, creating the trailer, we got that split. cut away, you saw that, the orange line, the green, oh, the orange line. Remember the green line was if you had it in your favorites? The orange line shows you what you already have in your movie. So you won't put over stuff, so that's kinda nice. You can add audio only, what I did for my titles, so, oh, you didn't see my movie, but I made a movie and I had lots of titles just on a blank screen. So what I did was I went and took a picture of just a blank, I think I went into Sketch or something and had a blank background, took a screenshot of it, and then I used that as my photo, and then I put my titles over that to make titles without the, being over your, but you might also be able to move your title, let's see. Where do I have a title? Right there. I wonder if I can choose my title. Maybe not. I don't know. So, okay, sharing, let's talk about sharing videos. You can share, so this all saves. When I click the done button up here, it's all saved. And it's right here, it's in my projects. If I click on that, you're not seeing this, but I've got my title, and I've got how long it is, it's 1 minute, 1 second, and then I can edit it. Down at the bottom, I can play it full screen, I can share it, or I can delete it. So to change the movie, I don't really want it to be called My Movie 14. When I'm in that, I just click on that, and then I can just change the title. And you're not seeing it up there because we're projecting. So I changed the title of my movie. So if I click the share button at the bottom, I get some options, and let's see if they show up on here. It doesn't look like they're gonna show up on here. Let's see if I can reconnect this and see if it will show. No, it's still not gonna show. So when I click the share button, I've got lots of options here. I've got, Evernote and Google Drive, iMovie, Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, different apps. I can save it to Dropbox. If you want to just save a movie, it's a nice place to do it, to Dropbox, and you can share it there. But my favorite way to share it is by uploading it to YouTube. So if you upload it to YouTube, you have 3 choices. You can upload it as private. If it's private, you have to be logged in under your account to be able to see it. Nobody can search for it, nobody will see it. You have to be logged into your account to see it. So that would be a really good thing for, like, if you're gonna use it for your classes. There's another one that's called unlisted, and unlisted means that anybody that has the link to it can get it. So nobody can go into YouTube and search, and they won't find it that way. So you could conceivably put that link in an email to parents or something like that. They could see it and all that kind of stuff. They wouldn't be able to search for it on YouTube, but they would be able to see it because they have that link. And then the last one is public, and then everybody can see it, and it is searchable, but if you're going to put it on a website, it has to be public, because nobody will see it if it's on a website and you have it unlisted. Does that make sense? But I love YouTube for storing videos, because then once they're done, you can get them off of your iPad, and then you don't have to worry about them taking up space on your iPad, because movies will eat up a lot of space on your iPad. Or you could, like I said, you could put them in Dropbox. You can also save them to theater, but if you save them into theater, they're still taking up space in your iPad, on your iPad. You can move them to the cloud if you have an iCloud account, which you probably already do if you have an Apple ID. You can move them to the cloud, and then you can you could download them onto your iPad only when you're going to use them. You notice that I had mine in the cloud. That one that Will made was in the cloud, and I downloaded it now onto my computer on my iPad. So you can do that as well. You can save it in iCloud, and it will store. But I don't know how much storage space you actually get in iCloud either. I'm sure at a certain point you have to pay for it, right? It's like, Google.
You do like a movie at a time, that's right.
Yeah,
Every
probably.
day since I got this phone, it says that I don't have enough storage to back it up.
That's
Well-
what I'm getting to.
But so I think it's 5 gigabytes, and so if you have a 16 gigabyte phone, and you only have 5 gigabytes of storage space, that's why it won't back it up. But a backup is totally different than just storing a movie. I would never back up my phone to the cloud, because I don't need to, because everything's saved in iTunes, really. If you buy any apps and you lose your phone, and you go buy a new phone, you can go log on to your Apple ID and you can download any of the apps you've already bought. The only thing that you really need to back up are your pictures.
And
You don't
can
need
do
to.
that. I think you can just, I think when my phone, because it was doing that, it was like no storage.
Right,
And I limited it to just photo backups. and
Right.
that was it.
or contacts, and then take
I
your
think
photos and then,
contacts too, photos.
yeah,
How does she do
photos
that?
and contacts.
My husband did it.
But I would just take, if I really didn't wanna
I
lose
think
my
you went into,
photos,
like,
I would be
settings
getting
and
them off my phone from time to
and it
time,
was
and
just
getting them
like
on
the
external
two
drive and
you
stuff
want,
like
and
that.
that's it. That's all that's
Seriously.
going in my cloud.
So,
It seems to be going there.
what?
Like I made a video, like I have a 1.5-minute video,
Yeah,
and it won't ever back up my phone every night I get that, but it is taking the video.
it
right
is
now.
gonna take the video. The other thing is, one of the people yesterday in Crested Butte was making a movie along with us, and she tried to upload it to YouTube. She couldn't, even though she logged into YouTube. Here's why. If you have not created a channel in YouTube under your account, you can't save a movie from here. You have to create a channel. It's free, it's easy. So all you have to do, let me just show you really fast.
Is that where people say things that they really like, that they've watched or something that's in their channel?
You can do it, you can do that, yes.
I never know how to save things I like on YouTube.
So let me see, I was having some issues with the internet here, Karen, so I don't know, we're gonna try to go here and,
Yeah, notice how I have the little white lines down there and it's not green? Is that a problem?
white lines,
Where usually you have,
see, it's not going.
it's been doing that to me since
This one right here, no,
Yeah.
you should have white lines, that's fine.
Okay,
But you know what, I'm not gonna be able to get on there because for some reason your links aren't working on your account, and I don't know why, see, my hyperlinks are, now that one's working, but when I go to Google Chrome, if I click on this one, it's not gonna
Can
go.
you remove them and add them again?
See, it won't even let me do that, it won't even let me do
I've
that.
been having trouble with it.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if you have a virus, Neil and I were kinda talking about that, I think you
What?
might have a virus.
I just got this last week.
I know, but the reason, I mean, we
Mine had
can't
an
get your,
issue too.
we can't get your links to work, or we may have to get Lucas in here to take a look
Okay,
at
I'll
it.
send him an email.
But-
Thank you.
YouTube, let me see if I can find it even on here, because you might be able to get it on here, let's see. It's really easy to do an account on YouTube. Let me search for YouTube. A channel. Let's see if we could do this really quickly, I don't know if it'll show on here or not. There we go. So, let me go home. I think I am home. Settings. Does it have my channel on here? Here we go. So, well, it's not really showing my channel. But when you get on to YouTube at home on a regular computer, you'll have a thing up here that'll say My Channel. And if you click on that, if you don't have one set up, it'll just ask you for some information and you'll just set up a channel. And that's a really nice thing to have, and then you can upload your videos to YouTube. You can't upload unless you have a channel. Karen, when I go and find things that I like, I make playlists,
Okay.
because there's another place to make playlists. And then, like I've got a favorites playlist, I've got some stuff from Inedco. There's also that watch later, so you're not really sure you wanna save it, but you wanna just put it there so you can watch it later, you don't have time to watch it now. You could put it in there. My videos is all the stuff that I've uploaded forever and ever and ever. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff on there, is my videos, but you wanna set up a channel when
Okay,
you guys go home. And I don't know why it's not showing up on yours, you've got an issue with your computer. So what else do we need to talk about? Let me see, I think.
only went
Pretty
to
much
Khan
covered.
Academy one day and now
I know, it's just really weird though. Let me just make sure, we talked about sharing, you can,
Kathy, how do you share, like, I was trying to do it, I mean, mean, my iPad just died on me, but, like, so, like, I had a video on my phone, I was trying to export it to so like, when you do the share button, you would export it to iMovie?
Yes, well, it depends. So what were your other choices?
Well, it had a few other choices, but then it like got frozen on the export.
It depends,
I
I mean.
opened it, I tried to do it in iMovie and then export it, and then when I tried to do it just in my videos, there wasn't as many choices.
Right, and so, yeah, so iMovie, see, if you save it as an iMovie, it has to be played in iMovie. But you can save it, there's a way to save it to iTunes, and if you save it to iTunes, it will be an MP4 or something like that. And once you do that, if it's on your iPad and you plug your iPad in, you can go into, you know how when you open up iTunes and you see your device, your iPad? If you click on that iPad and you go down to the apps and you click on iMovie, you'll see all your movies there, and you can take them and transfer them to your computer. I'm not gonna probably be able to show you this. Well, here, I can this way because I'm on here. There we go. I can show you this place. So, the other thing I just wanna say is, it's way easier to have a movie on your iPad than it is to try to get a movie from someplace else onto your iPad. You can do it, but it's not really easy. So Sally Hensley, a couple of years ago, was making videos with the kids with the playground committee. So they had a couple of different iPads, and they had all this stuff that they videoed on different iPads. They wanted to have all the movie on one iPad so that they could make the movie. So what we ended up having to do is we had to upload the movies that they had on the other iPads to YouTube. Then we had to download them from YouTube onto the iPad. And so if you're interested in doing something like that, it's not easy, but it can be done. So if you come down here for all things iPad, and you come to iMovie for iPad, so I've got all these iMovie tutorials on there, so everything we've talked about. It's gonna look a little bit different because this is iOS 9 and that probably was iOS 7 or 8. So it's gonna look a little bit different, but everything's there, it just maybe in a little bit of a different place. But if you wanna go to the YouTube to iPad, these are the directions on how to move a YouTube video to your computer and then getting the correct app on your iPad, and then you can take it from your computer to your iPad. So it's not a total loss, you don't absolutely have to take all your video here, but it's not super
And
easy.
was that just movies or
Videos.
videos, just any videos?
Any
Okay,
videos.
'cause I-
Why
that's
would
why I
you
didn't have
wanna
any
do that if
videos.
you could just look it up on YouTube?
Well, because, like I said, they had all these movies on different iPads. So this one had part of the playground committee, this one had part of the playground committee, this one had part of the playground committee, but they wanted to make one movie.
Okay.
And so they had to end up putting them on YouTube, and then we had to get them off of
Couldn't
YouTube.
you use the AirDrop?
Yeah.
Well, yes, but that was before the airdrop
okay.
too. So some
So
of
if you don't
these
have
don't,
the AirDrop, you
some
won't
of
be able
these
to do it.
don't have
So like
airdrop.
when I was looking at that video and I was trying to share it, I could airdrop to you, but I
But
couldn't
not
get
to
it
yours.
to myself.
Exactly.
Because I didn't have any videos downloaded on this, but I had some on my phone. I was like, oh,
Right.
let's do that so I can play with it. on
And
the big
airdrop
screen.
works great, but not all and all of the iPads that you guys have as teachers don't have airdrop. The carts do, but you don't.
Yeah, well, this
so-
might be too old. I don't
Is
know.
AirDrop an app or a function or what?
It's a function of Apple. Apple can't, it's not an app, but it's
Where do
something
I
that
find it
came.
if it's on my?
So if it's on your iPad, swipe up from the bottom and you will see AirDrop right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
think
if
I
it's
have
turned
seen that.
off, turn it on.
Mine says contacts only.
And so you can change that.
AirDrop, okay, I see it.
And so change it to everyone or contacts only. So I can hit that and I can choose to turn it off, contacts only or everyone.
And then what's AirPlay? I mean,
AirPlay is what I'm using to use Reflector.
see, I've almost gotten into that.
So this is AirPlay right here, and so I can, Mrs. Chodorowski's got her computer still on, and so does Mrs. Harris. And so they have a reflector up, and if I had an Apple TV and it was turned on, I could reflect to Apple TV or something like that. So that's what Reflector does, it uses AirPlay. to do that. Your phones, all of you probably could get your phones up here if you wanted to. So, and that's why it's kind of cool, because kids, if they do a presentation or a movie or something, they can be sitting right at their desk and they could project it right to the front of the room and do their little presentation for everybody, and they don't even have to get up and do anything, they can just do it right from their desk. Or they wanna show the class something, they can do it right from their desk.
So the reflectors for Apple TV, or if you have the reflector thing hooked up, the app or the.
There's no
program?
app,
It's a program?
it's a program that you put on your computer,
Okay.
and then you just take, you turn it on your computer, and then AirPlay will show up on all the devices that
I
have
was just
AirPlay.
about to put it in on mine, that's what I was saying.
Yep. So, questions? I'm trying to think of, I sent out a really long email to Crested Butte because there was a few things that I forgot to talk about that, and I think I got them all, but I'm not really sure. Oh, here's the Discovery Streaming too, if you're interested. On my webpage, I've got this Discovery Streaming Education Resources, so there's what the homepage has, how you search in Discovery Education, settings for using the video, using the board builder, Discovery Streaming Plus, and the professional development that they have on there too. So there's a lot of cool stuff that Discovery Education has. Let me just talk really briefly about the homework so that you kind of understand. I'm not a big, huge, I don't have a big, huge problem with the homework. I don't care if you don't get it in until December. I just want you to know what I'm doing. So if you've turned in homework through Edmodo, I've graded it and put it in there. If you've turned in homework and you haven't turned it in through Edmodo, I've still found it and put a grade in Edmodo. So, even though it was like a Google Doc and there was no way to really turn it in through Edmodo, so I just went ahead and graded it. Now, a bunch of people's, for some reason, I didn't get, that Google Doc that I remember I forgot to put the name part on there, on that Google form? So I'm gonna just go through and just give everybody credit for that, because that was my bad and I can't tell whose is what, and so I'm just gonna go and do that. So if for some reason, like with the QR code and the Google Doc on the first assignment, I might have had your QR code, but I didn't have you on the Google Doc or something like that, I tried to write you a note in Edmodo that says, I got your QR code, but I didn't find this or that. So check in Edmodo and find that. And then the last time that we met, we did the mobile assessment and keynote. So Molly sent me a keynote. Jake sent me a copy, he shared a copy of the Kahoot that he made. Sandy Robinson sent me, she did a Plickers, and so she sent me one of the reports from her Plickers questions and things like that. So, and then she just wrote a couple of things that she noticed about Plickers that I thought was kind of interesting. I think she put that in Edmodo. So if you go in there, you might say, oh, see, this is what Sandy said about Plickers. So there's just, that's why I like Edmodo, because then you can kind of see what everybody else said about that particular thing. Like I said though, I'm not worried about it. I think grades are due like December 10th. Our last class is the 2nd or 3rd, something like that. And so you'll have some time. So let me tell you, just next time, we're gonna talk about pages and numbers. And then the time after that, we're gonna talk about iTunes U, and then we'll have some time to work, because you're gonna want to take some of the things that we've done already. So like, for example, if Molly wanted to use her keynote for one of the things that she does, I want you to kind of have a little plan, and I'm gonna try to get that typed up, and I'll try to put it in Edmodo so you know what it is. Just a little plan of, if I were gonna use the iPads for a project, this is what I would do, these are the apps that I would use, and then maybe have some student samples or some teacher things that you would use. So maybe you wanna make an iMovie, or maybe you wanna have a keynote, or a pages, or a numbers. And the pages could be something like a template for when your students do it, you could send that out as a template. And I'll show you next time. I've been working with 3rd graders, and we made graphs and numbers. And so I sent a template to them, and then I'll show you how you have the kids open it up, and then they can save it under their name, and then they emailed it to me. And I'll show you all how that all works. So, questions, comments?
The first thing we had that you wanted was that QR code. We all did
The
that.
QR code, and there was a Google Doc on there with some questions and stuff like that, but like,
And that's the one you're like, it's okay.
no, that's not the one, that
Oh,
was
yeah,
on
I think I
the
did that
next one or something like that, I think you did too. And then the third thing was either the keynote or try one of those assessments. And then tonight, can you guess what it might be?
Make a
Make a movie, make a trailer, make a movie, just play around and have some fun. Seriously, I think it would be so much fun. I don't know, iMovie's just one of my most favorite apps on the iPad. I had an iPhone one time, I went to a Eagle Court of Honor, and I videotaped parts of the Eagle Court of Honor, took some pictures. By the time the Court of Honor was finished, I had a finished movie for this kid to have of the whole ceremony. So it was it's kind of a,
I'm
It
excited
is.
about that, so.
one of the teachers in Crescent View was telling me that one of the moms was kind of bummed because one of the kids was sitting there playing on her phone the whole time in the car, but by the time they got to wherever they were going, she had a whole movie made of stuff that they had learned about and stuff like that, which the mom thought was pretty cool. So kids, young kids can do iMovie. I mean, it's not something that has to be older kids by any stretch of the imagination. Younger kids can do all this stuff, and they will.
I did it with my environmental science class, and I didn't have any of this background. I just said, everybody see what you can do. And we spent a day playing, and then they shot videos and pictures, and they all made nature documentaries about our
Nice.
GMS ecosystem. They were awesome. They used all the